Good morning, Brett. My name is Eddie Hebron. I'm very excited to meet you at lunch. What I did was I put together a YouTube video that basically is kind of like our pre-lunch foundational research, just to kind of get to know me a little bit, get to know you a little bit, and make our lunch the most productive lunch as possible because I view this as a journey and as a win-win agreement moving forward. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. What I like to do is I always like to start off and share with clients that this new digital world is kind of interlinking between three circles: things you own, things that you earn, and things that you paid. Things that you own, I want to commend you. You have an amazing website. I actually did an SEO toolkit thing on it. You're in your 80%. I'm going to give you a PDF that you can give to your webmaster and get that bad boy to about high 80s or 90s, and you're rocking and rolling. Your website's really good. Your Facebook page has 1,000 followers. You got Twitter. Things I'll lay a little seed, maybe getting that Instagram page up for those millennials, that 26 to 36-year-old, 38-year-old market. They're actually buying houses now, especially near Fenton and Arnold in that area. So that might be something you'd look at. Things that you've earned are those, you almost got 200 Google reviews. I'm number 199, and I'll share that with you a little bit. But your reputation, like I said, you're in a great area. You're in a great industrial park, but you've got many, many years of being an expert as far as in the St. Louis roofing, siding, and gutter space that you've got presence. And then here's where Odyssey St. Louis comes in. Here's where that paid media kind of comes in. You've got a lot of things going. I know you got Google PPC going. I know you got some other blogging going, but this is where there are things that we can do that can complement and help you, because my goal is I was an athlete growing up, is getting in that zone. I want Tesson roofing and exteriors to get in that zone. And it's that sweet spot right here where we get owned, earned, and paid all working together synergistically so that you meet your business goals, every year. I know one little tool we use, I think your sales last year was about 6.5 million. We'd love to make that 7 million, in 2023, and then 8 million and grow from there. So that's kind of the philosophy that we have, is getting this all together. And what can we at Odyssey St. Louis help you, get to that aspect? I'm an Air Force guy, so I'm an acronym guy. So what I like to do is I like to help people act online. And it's an acronym. A is those accurate business listings on Google, Bing, Yahoo, Yelp, everything out there. C is that custom design website where you got monthly blogs, and no worry with you've got blogging going consistently, especially during your seasonal activity. And the T is targeted search ads, be it Google, Bing, Yahoo, that world, and targeted social ads. And then I also want to add in here, here's where Odyssey comes in, where we're really unique, is streaming audio. Everyone's kind of disconnected, as well as streaming TV. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop right here and stop sharing, and I'm going to go to another screen. And I want to kind of take you through when I did this research on Tesson, just to kind of share some things with you prior to our meeting so that we can start talking about some of these things as we go. So the first thing I always do is 8 out of 10 people Google. So I just Google Tesson roofing and got your Google map listing here. Like I said, 199 Google reviews. I visited there yesterday. I'm going to share with you, I took a picture. And right now, just in 15 hours, one picture got 18 views and one picture got 15 views. And what I mean by that is, kind of bring it up here. This is a picture that I took right here. As you can see, I took it. It's showing here, right here, but I actually have a tool that tells me how many views it's gotten. And this views has gotten about 10 to 15 views just in overnight. So people are kind of going there. So no worries on that. What I also love about your website is it tells me that I was there. You got your phone number. I love that you're using as far as the updates in the post. I think this is phenomenal. And I was going to share with you a tool one of our clients, does too. It takes it one step further. So I know you're putting your blogs that you got right here. A blog like this is a great blog right here. You put it out there and you're putting it on your Google map listing right here. But what I'm saying is, what if you take that same blog and you're pushing it on the Google platform? What do you take that same blog and you make a sponsored Facebook ad of that blog? Or let's say another world is we take this same blog and we do a KMOX basically organic Facebook posts and push it out, sponsored ad on the CamelX site or KZK, those types of things. Those are the different things. You've got great content. They always say content's king, but distribution is queen. And that's what I think we can bring to the table and help you out on that one. Like I said, you got a phenomenal website. Real quick, I did an SEO site check on it. You're right at 80%. Usually I've been doing this for like 6-7 years. If you can get into the high 80s or low 90s, you're rocking. I've only had 2 clients in 7 years ever get to 96, 97%, but I'm going to provide this for you. And then the cool thing why I like this particular PDF or this particular site is it actually tells you how to fix these things to raise this score. So I just want to kind of share that with you. Like I said, I love your website. I want to commend you for the weather component. I know with being in roofing, hail is your friend. I know a lot of people don't like that, but hail is your friend, or thunderstorms or things like that. I also love that you have the chat box. I think you've got everything that you need to do, click to call here, up here, your reviews. As you can see, your social ads up here, Facebook and Twitter. What I commend or challenge you is add Instagram and add YouTube. People love videos and they're consuming videos nowadays. But like I said, your website, this is your blog, is solid. So no issues and no worries there. I think you've got a great service that you're doing with that. Just keep on doing that. Here's one thing where I noticed on your Facebook page, you got your 1,000 followers, but I know that you're not running any ads right now. And my only suggestion would be is take those blogs that you've already got that great content, and let's push that out, to the right people and the right zip codes and the right targets that you need using the Facebook platform. I always say there's 2 sandboxes. There's the Google sandbox, there's the Facebook sandbox, and then hopefully over lunch, I introduce you, there's the Amazon sandbox. And I don't know about you, Brett, but I can tell you the Amazon, I've got my wife and I got my mother-in-law that live with me, and the Amazon truck comes to my house here in Highland, Illinois, at least once or twice a day. So the cool thing about Amazon is it, and I've got some experience with that too, that I'd like to share with you, but Amazon knows your address, Amazon knows your phone number, Amazon knows your email. And right now, 4 out of every 10 online purchases are on Amazon. So why not use a platform where you can engage with your customers when you need to? Here is I like to benchmark. I like to steal off of people that I think are doing extremely well. And this is a company that I think does very well with their Google Map listing, that their reviews, with everything. And like I said, what they do, just like you do, they put their blogs, it's here, but they go one step further. Okay. And I'll share with you on their Facebook, they take those blogs, and then what they do is they take that blog and they make a Facebook ad and they push that Facebook ad out, and all those blogs are right there and you can see it. It's just another way of putting that great content out there. The other thing that I think is really well organically, if you go and you put IT manager or IT service company in St. Louis, these guys organically on Google page 1. So I just kind of wanted to just kind of share with you, so you can see kind of like what their website is. I always like looking at different industries to say, hey, what are they doing? What's cool about what they're doing? And I really think that George at ThrottleNet does it right. Puts the reviews scrolling in there, puts a YouTube video in there. The reason why I say videos are good, and Google loves when you use Google. So that's why the Google Map component is very important. Google also loves it when you put a YouTube video, because YouTube is owned by Google and YouTube is the second, basically most popular search engine in the world. They love it when you put a YouTube video in on their pages. So that's another thing that I suggest, or just a recommendation to try to do moving forward in the future on that. And then, but more importantly, I kind of wanted to show you, there's that Facebook, there's that Twitter, there's that YouTube, they do LinkedIn. My suggestion for you would be to make this an Instagram thing. Sound good? Okay. So here, just for Google, I know you're doing Google pay-per-click. I got a tool that shows that you're putting some money towards that, and I want to let you know that you are showing up. Here's someone. This is one of those things where you might want to look into if you're not Google guaranteed. Bone Dry, I'm going to share with you too. Just kind of like where audio can kind of come in, an example of a 15 or a 30-second radio. commercial and how they do it. But like I said, you're in Fenton, you're doing great. You're showing up on the map. You want to show up organically, which is a good thing here. Then I did basically roofing contractor, St. Louis, Missouri. So with your pay-per-click, here's my suggestion for you. What you got is you got your pay-per-click ads right here. They actually, if you do, and it's free, a free address extension, as long as you link your Google map to your Google AdWords account. And I know you've seen it before, is wouldn't you love to put money and clicks so that instead of this 3-pack and people go and they don't click the more businesses, that you could be a sponsored ad, Tesson Roofing and Exteriors right here at the top. So that's something that I would suggest that you do or help you on that one. I also look, believe it or not, I already shared with you that 7 out of 10 people use Google or their Siri, but there are people that are still using Bing. Okay. And a lot of those people are in that 55, 60 and up age group because they get a new laptop and they don't know how to switch the default search engine over to Google. So they actually, believe it or not, they think that I've actually had a client think that they were Googling or Google searching, and they were actually Bing searching. So what I wanted to let you know, I just put you in here. You're doing great here. You get your research, you got your picture, so that's looking good. I also look at roofing contractors in Fenton from a bigger standpoint. I also look at Yahoo. Okay, so I've been talking a lot. Just wanted to kind of share those things with you. Just to kind of lay a foundation so that our lunch is the most productive lunch, that we can have this afternoon. Now, I do want to share with you how do I know that people are looking at Google Maps and stuff like that. So I went last night. I always like to prep and go to my customers, places, at least 24 hours before, we meet, just to kind of get a feel, because Google tells me, basically how many people have looked at a picture. And I will provide this to you. All you got to do is say, hey, Eddie, text me. How many views am I up to right now? Took this picture last night right around 5 p.m. 15 views, 18 views. And I'm really excited because I'm getting hungry for our lunch at Chop House. Believe it or not, Brett, they got twice as many views, but they're also a steakhouse. So just kind of sharing you, that's how I know that on Google Maps. So just like I said, just kind of getting into, just wanted to give a little foundation before we meet and have a little bit of a research so that we have a very productive lunch. So I'm gonna go back to my slide here and just kind of lay the foundation, for our lunch. I'm a firm believer in continuous improvement. You make a plan, you implement a plan, you study the results, and you make an adjustment. The way my mind thinks is like an athlete. You have a game plan, you go into the game, you implement, and then there's some things you got to make adjustments at halftime, or you got to make adjustments on the fly or even on the field, but you're always constantly moving that envelope. And I'm also a firm believer of doing it right. Okay. I'm a firm believer, and I use, my hands a lot when I talk, but it's the right target audience with the right message, the right time of day or time of year, especially with roofing and siding, a seasonal component, the right geographical location down to zip code, on the right digital platform. And it's no different than who, what, when, where, why, and how. And like I said, our goal is to get you, from 6.5 million, plus in sales a year to that 7 to that 8, and continue to grow, in this long-term strategic relationship. And so that's the component. What we like to do in our needs assessment is ask you this key question. And that key question is, who is your target audience? Laser focused, man. You tell us who, male, female, householder, lives in Fenton, lives in Arnold, lives in Kirkwood, lives in Webster Groves. I saw that you're licensed in Illinois. They might live in Edwardsville. They might live in Waterloo. They might live in Columbia. They might live in Millstadt. You give us, this is what, if you can really think between now when you see this video and we meet at lunch and continuously, if you laser focus on the who, these little third kidneys that we carry around, which is our smartphones, whether it's an iPhone or an Android or a tablet or whatever it might be, we can get that message and your message on Tesson Roofing to them if we are laser focused on the who. So that's my first question to you. The second question I have is, what's your goal? What do you want to do in the next 90 days? What's going to take you through March? And then once spring gets here, because I know that's when you get into your roofing, siding, that component in the thunderstorms. What's your goal, as far as in Q2? What do we want to do in April, May, and June? Really kind of focus on that. And then the bonus question I have for you is, Brett, what's keeping you up at night, man? What's making you like think, that's keeping you up at night? And like I said, you're going to be meeting with some really, really, really smart individuals. I always like to, not be the smartest person in the room, but you're going to be with Stacy, you're going to be with Kate, you're going to be with Andrew, and Drew and myself. And we've got access to some of the brightest digital minds and audio minds, in the world. Use us, take them and we'll share with you as we go. And then when we come after our needs assessment, we're going to bring it back and we're going to say, man, how do we do this? How do we put, what Brett said in terms of his laser focused customer, and that message, how are we going to implement that and bring it into this digital marketing funnel, and that we play in all three sandboxes, be it Google, Meta, which is the world of Facebook and Instagram, and Amazon. And that's kind of what our goal is. That's my commitment to you in this journey. As we kind of go through this, I know I talked a lot, but I did want to share one last thing with you. And that's an example of weather triggered event, because you've got weather. And I know if there's like a storm, a hailstorm or a thunderstorm, how do you get that message out? And I just kind of want to share with you a really cool idea that I ran in December. If you remember that subarctic storm we had on Thursday, December 21st, well, we ran an ad that was all about snow removal and getting a contractor. So if you can envision this, KMOX was the home, your weather, your news, your Cardinal station, and KZK, which is the #1 radio station, in St. Louis. And we were still in Christmas. And with KZK and the Christmas channel, it gets 1 million listeners a week, Brett. This is what we ran every hour, 2 ads, on both KMOX and KZK one day. And like I said, it produced results, but this is just an example of weather triggered a little 15-second message.
Here comes the storm. You don't have a snow and ice removal contractor. Go to stlfenceworks.com and schedule snow and ice removal service now. For fully insured commercial snow and ice removal on demand, contact STL Fenceworks today.
And the other thing is, you don't ever have to worry about producing, audio commercials or stuff like that. That's where we can come in and help you. So like I said, this was our little pre-lunch, as far as research talk, but I'm looking forward to meeting you, looking forward to meeting and working with you, and looking forward to helping you grow your business. Hope you have a good day and talk to you soon. Thanks.